Okay, so we're going to carry on 1.1a here. This is just part 2 with our second example, right after your build your skills. So when we look at it, I think you'll recall Mr. Thal when he used to say line equals line, and this is a classic, a classic line equals line question. So a big screen TV has an aspect ratio of 16 to 9, which means for every 16 inches width, there's 9 inches high. So 16 across, 9 up. What's the height of a TV that's 40 inches wide? So when we go through and do this, so if we're going 16 wide, we're putting the wide on the top and the 9 on the bottom, that would be 16 wide, 9 tall. So when we set up our ratio then, we're saying 40 inches wide. So which one was wide, top or bottom? Well, we said 16 inches wide was on the top, so our 40 inches wide should go on the top. If you wrote this ratio opposite and did 9 over 16, 9 tall, 16 wide, then your 40 would have to go on the bottom. So it really depends on how you set up this ratio. So 16 wide over 9 tall gives us 40 wide over how tall. So there's your line equals line setup. Okay. Now over here in this example, they multiply by a common factor, so they multiply both sides by 9x. Now that's one way of doing it, and it works out. You multiply by 9x, this 9 crosses off. On this side you're left with 16x. Here the x's cross off, you're left with 9 times 40. 9 times 40 equals 16x. To get x alone, you divide by 16 and you get it. Mr. Thal taught you a little different way. I'm okay either way you actually do it. So with Mr. Thal's line equals line, you cross multiply and you get 9 times 40 equals 16x. Sorry, my writing is atrocious at times. 16x. So when I do this, well, I got to figure out what 9 times 40 is, hey? So my calculator, 9 times 40 equals 360. So we get 360 equals 16x. To get 16 away from the x, we divide by 16 on both sides. When we divide by 16, hopefully your writing's a little bit better than mine. 360 divided by 16 gives us 22.5. So x equals 22.5. So that means when the TV is 40 inches, the height would be 22.5 inches. Okay. Now, normally I would write a little sentence, but it's written for me right here, and you saw how well I'm writing, so it's probably better that I don't. So good luck. Try your build your skills. I'm going to guess there's going to be a few line equals lines you're going to have to set up. With fractions, like when you look at 4.5 cups in here, you might want to try and just change it into a decimal. That would work. Or a mixed fraction. All right, good luck.